the light bulb, personal computer, and the airplane are the top 3 innovations that changed the world forever. When the change came, those who embraced it made fortunes overnight. Those who didn't, well, you know the story. They lost their empires and were swept away by the merciless storms of change. Another sweeping change is here. ANQR is changing the fashion business in Africa. Embrace the change or be left behind. Are you a fashion designer? Or designers who are into making of wigs, shoes, bags, jewelry, and accessories, baby, kids, and maternity products, leather products, all made in Nigeria? You need to be anchored. Go to anqr.com.ng, click Sell on ANQR to get started now.
Welcome to the world of a new visual AI species. 360-degree object tracking holder, box and take out the tracking holder. Unscrew the battery cover and insert 3 AA size alkaline dry batteries. Loosen the knob, release the phone holder and rotate it to horizontal or vertical mode. Open the phone holder and slide the phone into the phone holder. 3 seconds. When red light flashing on, the tracking holder is ready. The object tracking holder can automatically recognize your face. Wherever you go, it will follow, allowing you to appear in the seat position every second. Yourself. Accompany your family. Embrace your beloved. Play with your pets and have fun with your children. Release your hands and love freely.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from anywhere you're watching me all over the world. My name is Oluwatosin Olajumoke Arodudu, the host of the Today's Woman's Discovery Talk Show. Today we are having the episode 5 of the Transitional Woman. And if you're just joining us for the first time and you would like to catch up on who and what a transitional woman is, you might visit our Facebook page and scroll down to February 1. That was when we started the first episode of the Transitional Woman. But to give you a sneak peek before we bring on our guests into who a transitional woman is a woman, by my own definition, that is not afraid to shift a goalpost from one end of the field to another, and is a woman with a winning mindset. So today on the talk show with me is Tolulope Ajayi, the Clarity and the Growth Coach. However, before I bring her on, let me say hi to some of our guests. If you're joining us, please drop a comment in the comment section so that I can acknowledge you. Mama, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Mama Shimakin Lotson. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so happy to see you. Sister Charity, thank you, sis, for joining us. How are you? And how is the family? Thank you so much. Please help us share so that more people can get to see. I played some adverts before we started, and If you notice, I play an advert with the name ANQR. ANQR is a platform where you can get to sell everything Nigeria, from ranging from wigs to shoes to bags to ready to wear dresses, Ankara, Adire, whatever it is that is Nigeria. Just get a shop on ANQR. It's just for 2,000 naira only. Then get your product exposed. Give it a global outreach. It's just like the way Alibaba, AliExpress, and Amazon is being operated. That's how ANQR is, to give Nigerian products a worldwide visibility. Thank you, Sister Jane. I can see you. Thank you for joining us all the way from Berlin. So that's for ANQR, and the website is www.anqr.ng.com. And if you'd like to get in touch with the founder of that platform, you can reach me, then I can connect you to her. However, her name is Jumoke Ipadeola. You can search for her on Facebook, or just simply type ANQR on Facebook, and you will land on the Facebook page where you can get to talk to the CEO. So without wasting much of our time, I'm going to bring on our guests now so that we can kick off for the show of the day. So if you're just joining us, welcome. Drop a comment so that I can get to acknowledge you. So let's go right to the business of the day. Hello, sis. How are you?
Hi. Good evening.
Good
I'm
afternoon.
fine.
Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Good to see you. And like I said before,
Yeah, same here.
before I brought you on, like we're wearing the same color. That's beautiful and coincidental. It's as if we planned
Wow,
it.
it's
I'm
beautiful.
so happy to have
How
you
are
on the
you?
trans. I'm fine, thank you, sis. I'm so happy to have you on the episode 5 of the Transitional Woman, and I'm looking forward to learning a whole lot from you, because you are the clarity and the growth coach, and we see the impact that you will be making all over. People see, even though sometimes we feel that people don't see, everybody see what you're doing. So far, you are impactful. People are saying what you're doing. I want to really commend you. Thank you for working in your purpose. Thank you for being a blessing to us all. So let us start by going straight to the business of the day. However, before I ask you the first question, sis, can you give me a brief intro into who you are so that our guests can get to know a bit about you, like your bio?
Okay, thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate. So, my name is Olokwe Ajayi. Like you rightly said, I'm an entrepreneur. I do a number of businesses, but basically, I am a clarity and growth expert. What I do is to help people, especially women, move from a place of I don't know what I should do, I don't know what I'm doing, to a place of total clarity. And I do this in a way to help them find their unique self so that they can work in purpose, and they do that profitably.
Wow, that's beautiful. Like a place of uncertainty to a place where they can get to find their purpose. That's awesome. Beautiful. Thank you. So, welcome to the Transitional Woman once again. And our first question today is, how was it like growing up, sis? What kind of effects and impact did growing up have on you? So I leave it to answer the
Okay,
question.
so growing up for me was interesting, and then I love it. I love it.
Mm.
I am the second of 3. Actually,
Second of
I got
3.
to know that later. Yes, I got to that
Okay.
later, because my house, we were many growing up. We had about 20 plus in my house. So I used to think I
Well,
have
how many?
plenty siblings. Over 20
20.
in my house. Yes. But I
Wow.
never knew we were just 3 biologically. Others are
Okay.
just cousins, church people living with us. So I had a very, very interesting background growing up. So, and that actually affected my my disposition to people, to humanity, because I saw my parents model humanity, model empathy. So I've always loved to have people around me. I always want to impact people, and then it's amazing. I really love my growing up. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Children, like something I read recently, like children, they are not listening to what you're saying. They are saying what you're modeling. It is what you model that would, well, that will sink into them. And I'm so happy. I'm always elated when I see people tell me that they had a very good childhood. You know, that is very, very important in our life. And kudos to daddy and mommy. God bless them. God bless them in Jesus' name. Right.
Yeah.
Mama Shem from Philly, she said she's watching all the way from Philadelphia. Thank you for joining us. We are
Wow.
so happy to
Wow.
see you. So
Thank
they're
you.
watching us all over the world.
Oh, that's
Right.
awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh, yeah. If you're just joining us, please drop a comment in the comment section so that we can get to acknowledge you. Then you can share this video on your page so that more people can get to see. Thank you so, so much. So our question 2 is, at what point did you start building life goals? You know, the way we talk about goals, if some of us didn't get to understand what goals were until we became adults. So that is why I'm asking every woman that comes on this talk show that at what point exactly did you start building life goals?
Okay, yeah, my response to this would be quite funny, but that's the truth.
Okay.
I would say I started building life goals just 2 years back.
It's
Yes.
not funny. I'll tell you my own story. Just go on.
And that's
It's not
just the
funny.
truth. Okay, I had this dream of becoming a lawyer because I've always wanted to help people. I don't always like people being bullied, people being vulnerable. So I always want to help people. So I thought, okay, being a lawyer would help me assist people, defend them and all. So I thought of being a lawyer. But growing up, I found out I said, lawyers, they used to do child mode, they used to kill themselves. So, I'm not doing lawyer again, I'm just lawyer. Okay. And so I was going to become a communicator, like journalist. Then along the line, I actually went for OND mass communication. Then I went to industrial training. I realized that I did not like that setting for a whole year. I was not feeling myself. So I left journalism. So over time, what we pictured as gold was not really gold. Yeah, because you can't set goals, you can't set life goals around emptiness. You can't set life goals outside clarity. Then we were not, let me say, I was not really clear about who I was, what I want to be. I was just being everything. So I was not setting goals. All I had then was just aspiration and just childish dreams and all. So when I began to build life goals was when life dealt with me, and then I later found myself. So at that point of discovery was when I actually sat down and I said, okay, this is who I am, then this is what I want to do part-time. Before you can set goals, you have to first know who you want to be, then you now set your goals around that person. You don't just set goals in out of the bloom, like that's why people set goals and they don't achieve it at the end of the day, because they set that goal around emptiness, around fallacies, around what they think, not around what they are sure and certain about. So I didn't build life goal until just 2 years back.
Wow, awesome. And you said it was that if you were going to answer the question, it was going to be funny. It's not funny. I could say that I started setting goals in 2016 when I found when I embarked on my self-discovery journey. So that is why I want to, why I ask this question is that so that a lot of people will get to see the fact that you are who you are now. Perhaps you are married, you are a man. This is, men are also watching this program. Perhaps you're a man, a woman, and you feel like you're just existing. It is not too late to start setting goals. And it is not too late, to discover yourself. It's a gift. A lot of people don't get to even discover who they are until they are, in their 60s, in their 50s. So it's a gift. Anytime you discover yourself, like one addict, they said, it is when it is your money that you wake up. It is when you wake up that is your money.
Wake up, that's your money.
Exactly. So it is when you wake up that is your money. But the prayer is that we continue to pray that God helps us, to awake at the time that we are supposed to awake, so that we don't just watch our lives filter away right before our presence. So anyone that is getting to watch this and you want to know more about you want to discover yourself, I pray that the Lord will open your eyes and you will find out who you are in the name of Jesus. And this is a clarity coach here. Maybe you're on the journey and you're still confused. You can reach out to her. And these are people that can mentor you. Because sometimes we get to find ourselves, then we are still confused because a lot of things are not clear. That is why you need mentorship. So these are amazing women that can put you on the right track. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. So we're going to go to question number 4. Abi, is
Okay.
it question number? Okay,
3.
question number 3. Now we are getting into the gist of the whole day.
This question I'm seeing
before
here. Okay.
before I
So
get before I get into that question, I want to acknowledge Ma Rachel. Thank you for joining us, Ma. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy to see you. So, question 3. At what point did you decide the kind of man you wanted to marry, and what inspired that decision? And before you answer that question, why I'm so bold to ask you this question is that you're one woman that is not ashamed to share her story. And there's something you always get me anytime you say that you don't have a regret over the life that you're living right now, and that some of those experiences you had, they were actually part of those things that set you in motion. So that is why I'm very bold to ask you this question so that we can get, more insight into it. So over to you, sis.
okay, so at what point did I decide? Well, I decided who I want to marry after I've married the person I do not want to marry. So, and I decided who I want to marry after that mistake. So I would say that I decided who I want to marry just say in the last 2 years. Yeah. And then what inspired that decision was because I had first married someone that if I'd discovered myself earlier, I wouldn't have married that kind of person. Right. So that was actually what happened. So if I'm to just explain little around that area, I would say that okay, before now, I had the decision or the dream of okay, marrying a God-fearing man. He must be God-fearing, he must know God, must be tall, short, dark, slim, yellow, pepper. Then he must be working and all of that. Those were what we felt was the right criterions or the right demographics, let me say, to to marry a man. But I didn't know that it was far more than that. The thing is, if you as a woman don't know who you are first, you can't know who you should marry. So that is where it's important for a woman to know who she is very well before getting to marry one. Except you are lucky to have a man who is a nurturer. There are men that even though you have not found yourself, then you got married to them, they could help you find yourself. But if you are unlucky to marry a man who notice that you yourself, you are still confused and you don't really know who you are, he would help you to get more confused so that he can use you to achieve whatsoever he wants to achieve. So at that point, you will be a total representation of what the world describes as help me. The world has their own definition of help me. That just being there, if you go, just helping that person, just help this person achieve at your own detriment. That is the world understanding of help me.
Help me.
If you but the God ordained definition of helpmate is someone that would help you achieve as much as you are also helping her achieve, like that kind of balance, right? But where and when you have not found yourself totally, and then you get married to a man with a worldly understanding of helpmate, he would only use you to achieve his own goal at your own detriment. So I would say that I did not have a total understanding of the kind of man I should marry until I discovered myself.
Ooh, that's deep. That you've said a lot of things with that answer. Like a woman, it is very important for a woman to find herself so that she can know the kind of man that she would get married to. This is we had a guest last week, her, Mama Shewakin. She was here last week, and she said that she started discovering herself at the age of 7. Why? Wow. Because she was exposed to some harsh things about the society. She had a good family, but they were surrounded with all these kind of people that pass derogatory comments like, oh, all of you are just girls. Oh, your father just gave birth to girls, just ordinary girls. So those things kind of stirred up something in her at the age of 7. That was when she found herself. Now, a lot of us would not find ourselves until we get married. And like what you shared with us now. I don't want, if there's any woman in this kind of situation right now and you are married, you realize that perhaps you made a mistake or you've not, don't regret anything. And this is why I like this woman here today. She doesn't believe in regrets. Don't regret anything. It's not too late. You can still find yourself. And perhaps maybe you're lucky to be married to, or you're blessed to be married to a good man. The process of finding yourself in marriage can be very difficult. Women that have been there, they know. Because now, if you're married to a man that is not a good man, he's going to look at you like, she's changing. What is she turning to? She's becoming influenced by negative friends. They won't understand that the transition is taking place inside that person. So I just want to pray, if you have not found yourself as a woman and you're still single, may the Lord help you, may the Lord guide you to find yourself so that you can make the right decision for your life. And if you entered into marriage without finding yourself, may the process be easy for you in the mighty name of Jesus. I don't also believe in regrets. We move forward, we evolve. If we make mistakes as women, we learn from it and we evolve into a better version of us. That's the spirit. No regrets, no self-pity. I'm so very, in fact, that's your answer. I'm going to cut this video once we are done and share it. Women need to take lessons from that answer that you give. Thank you so much, sis. So let's move to the next question. Yes, Mama Shewakin said that. Let me put a comment on the screen. She said, "Don't regret anything." No, exactly.
At all.
And I surround myself with women.
Will only pin you down when you are wallowing in, but you'll be pinned down. You will not move forward. No, just be there.
Exactly. The devil will now use the opportunity to sink you into serious depression. So no room for self-pity, no room for regret. You've made a mistake in choosing. There's no problem. You move forward, evolve into a better version of you. So let's move to the next question. You have written about being married and how it didn't work out. How did you summon the courage to move on, sis? Considering the kind of society that we are in, we all put so much pressure on women to keep enduring what is destroying their lives, relationships that are destroying their mental and their physical health. So how did you find the courage? How did you deal with all this destructive criticism, harsh condemnation from the society? How do you cope? Please enlighten us so that more women can get to learn.
Okay. The first thing that I did to myself was to ask, who are the most important person in my life? The first thing is God.
God.
That's the first person I will report to directly. So it's God, then myself, then any other person. So in that case, or in that situation, I found God first and then myself second. Now, the thing is, I tell people often that God does not take excuse from any man or any woman. No. Life is per head, and God deals with us individually. Now, God didn't have, I read through my scripture, I didn't see a place where God permitted excuse from any man. Okay, the first set of people he created, Adam and Eve. When he came and he said, Adam, what happened to you? Adam said, Eve pushed me. Eve, what happened to you? The serpent pushed me. Okay, I've heard all of you. Now, Adam, this is your own judgment or punishment. Eve, this is your own. Serpent, this is your own. He gave them per head. Didn't judge them together. So if I found myself in a situation that I have considered for years that is going to kill me and it's not changing, I will be silly, and it will be a disservice for myself and even to God to stay there. If I end up not fulfilling purpose, if I end up not fulfilling my assignment, if I end up being killed, God will first judge me before judging the person that even caused it. God judged Adam before Eve. Now, Moses in the Bible, God said, just point at the rock. The guy went and struck the rock. When God asked him, what happened? He said, these people murmured and they pushed me. I sent you. I didn't send them. Hallelujah. So why did you listen to them? So I analyzed that and I realized that I'm accountable to God first. So and then I looked back. I looked at where I was, then I took a glimpse at where I'm supposed to be. Then one thing I don't do to myself is I'm never that person that feel jealous. So I now told myself, if I remain here under this situation, under this understanding and reality, there's every tendency that I will never fulfill purpose in this, because this is not my place of assignment. I missed it. I know. I've seen that I missed it. So the more I tarry here, the more I fail the more. And I don't want it to become that in few years to come, I will now see a woman operating at the level that I wish to have operated. Then I will now feel like, this could have been you, Otolu. Did you know that this could have been you? Then I will get bitter by the day. As a matter of fact, I won't enjoy that home because I'll be feeling that this man caused this thing on me. So
Exactly.
instead of me keep being bitter, and then tomorrow is not certain, then I will just be living a life of let's just continue. I don't want that for myself. I told myself, Tolu, you have tried, you have given it the room to actually change, and then nothing is happening. The best is for you to move. There's a place in the scripture that said, we have tarried here for long. It's time to move. So I teach all societal, cultural belief and all. In fact, I even try to think for them. I try to make up scenarios in my head. I don't know all they could say. Maybe they would say I was promiscuous. Maybe they would say I stole. I try to picture everything that they could say, and then I said, okay, whatever they will say, I'm ready. Then I went all at it. I told myself one thing when I was leaving. I said, Tolu, you are living and you must not regret this action. If tomorrow it happens that this man become a president, it will not shake you, because he could be his president in his own terrain, and I could become just myself, but I have achieved who I am. I'm living my place of purpose and my assignment, and I'm fine. That to me is fulfillment. And I went all that. So I had a thorough discussion with myself before deciding to actually do it. Yeah.
Powerful. Before I respond to that, welcome, Evelyn. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to see you. Welcome. So, you said something now that it was a decision that you thought about deeply before you embarked on it. That's beautiful. You decided, you thought about, you created scenarios on what they could say regarding the decision that you made, and you prepared yourself, and that you were ready for whatever it is anybody was going to use to judge you. And sis, we are in this kind of society, aside the fact that a lot of people are religious, they have this belief that, I've seen Christian men, even pastors, say that women are created to help men fulfill their purpose. I've read these things on Facebook a lot. In fact, it gets me angry. Like, women are created that a woman does not have a purpose. They say it blatantly, like a woman doesn't have a purpose, and that you are only created to help a man to fulfill his purpose. Please, I know this is not part of the question. Do you have something that you can say about this? Because I don't agree, neither do I subscribe to that school of thoughts. Of course, we are meant to support one another in marriage. If my husband has, in his purpose, I support him, I lift him, I can act as this Aaron and all to lift his hand so that he doesn't get weak. I'm supposed to, be his, his supporter, his everything, just to make him work in his purpose fully. And he's supposed to do the same thing for me, to support me, to cushion me, to make me to be able to, operate at my highest version. But I don't believe that a woman is just created to be there and to just continue to help the man to fulfill his own vision, whereas not having a vision for herself. Please, I don't know, maybe you can say something, one or two things about this.
Well, I think this is actually the basis for marital dysfunction in the society, because of this understanding that men are carrying around, and it's so wrong. That is not God's design. Even though God created the woman to be an helpmate for the man, however, he also gave the man a role. He gave the man a role in the woman's life. Marriage or woman is woman in the marriage is meant to be a complementary role, same way the man is so complementary to the woman. But where and when you see the woman solely for the purpose of helping the man achieve his goal, then there was a problem. You can even imagine, even there's an adage in Yoruba, they will say that when you are chasing what's it called, maybe a goat or whatever, you're chasing that thing, when that thing gets to its wits, to a place where there is no road again, a fence, that goat or that dog, whatever, has no option than to face you again and then want to actually chase you. Where and when you are using a particular thing, a human being with every sense of humanity, a woman being with sense, how can you think you just be using somebody and once that person will not think, how can God create me to be used only? I've not seen that thing that God created for the purpose of just being used. No, even the flower is beautifying the society. Even the trees, they are helping to balance the oxygen and everything that we do. So nothing that God created that's just for the purpose of being used without, being useful to that thing self. It's not possible. You are a woman here. You are meant to help the man. And that man also is meant to help you at the same time. Let's take, for instance, this issue of procreation. Yes, the woman will carry the womb, the pregnancy. But that man also is needed to help that woman. That man is needed to fertilize the egg in that woman. And then that woman and the man also needs the woman to carry the photo. So what I'm saying is that we both need each other. It's fallacy, it's heresy, it's even nonsense for you to think that a woman is meant to be used alone. It's not. I don't subscribe, and it's totally wrong. And no woman should take that from anybody. No.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, because it's very funny. Sometimes, okay, perhaps the man is a man of God and the woman supports the ministry. Just allow her thrive. Allow her thrive. Perhaps in that ministry, she can also find a vision for herself. She can find a women ministry. We've seen men of God. Look at Pastor Reverend Mrs. Adejumo. It was in her husband's ministry that she had a ministry and a vision. And the man gave her all the leverage to operate at the highest level. In fact, right now, you would hear Mama Adejumo more than even you would hear about her husband. And that is a good representative of a good man, a godly man who is not threatened by his wife's, his wife's vision and his wife's giftings and, the ministry that the Lord has committed into her hand. He allowed her to find herself in his own vision. So that one is beautiful, and that is kind of setup or settings that you have. Extremely beautiful. But I don't subscribe to a place whereby a man just sits down and you would not even allow that woman to, maybe she has an interest in your own vision or an interest in your own ministry. You will not even allow her to thrive. We've seen men of God that will shut down their wives. They will not even allow her to thrive in their ministry. They just want her to be doing yes ma, and to just be a second. It's not ideal, and I don't agree with it. Thank you so much, Sister Jumoke. Thank you. Welcome for joining. Thank you for joining us. I'm so happy to see you. So let's move to the next question. Is it? Let me see. No, question 5. Okay, question 5. Is there an experience that you would love to share with us that we can learn from? Was it traumatic? How did you transition from this experience into a better version of yourself?
Okay.
Oh, should I put it back? Okay. Did you get the question?
I got that.
Okay.
I got it. So there are several experiences anyway, several experiences. And yes, it was traumatic, I must say, because really, no one would really like that you build something and it's looking like that thing is crumbling before your face. Definitely it will be traumatic. It will be traumatic. And then I had several experiences from physical violence, we call it domestic violence, to emotional violence, emotional abuse, let me say, to there were times when I remember there was a time that at least 2-3 occasions that I packed every of my certificates, my ONDB, CMS, everything. I wanted to burn them because I felt I know when you are constantly being talked down, being shown how people tell me I know myself that I'm intelligent and that I'm brilliant, but I can't just suppose where I feel I'm brilliant and somebody telling me how dumb I am. I can't just relate it. You know, at the point I felt, okay, I feel I'm intelligent, I feel I'm brilliant, but this is somebody telling me almost every day that you are not. Well, just look at yourself. The point I feel, okay, what's all this thing even? Let me just pack everything and just burn them. It was that bad. By the point I felt, okay, there's more to me. There's more to me. At the point I felt, okay, this can, okay, do you know the funniest part? This thing you guys call it, I think you call it, did you call it narcissist or something? The languages guys use, whereby somebody today will make you feel all good because he needs you to do something. And once you fulfill that role, once you do that thing, the next day he's telling you how worthless you are. I can't continue that imbalance. It's not for me. It's not for me. So, and when I decided to even, move, it was even worse. I remember one time when, okay, after I'd left, then I decided I was not going to go back. That's after some time of separation. Then I changed my name on Facebook from what it was to what it is now. And I have people coming boss like, Tolu, you are losing it. Oh, you just change your name because you don't have to do that. Just let people know that these people who have built said. Now, I don't think anybody even remember what I used to answer again now. People just know Tolu Ajayi. So I had to shut down voices. I had to weather side talks. I had to, live above every form of limitation and all of that. So when you talk about being transiting, what I call a transitional woman is a woman without borders, a limitless woman. And that was what I see for myself, and that was what I did for myself. I before different bar was set on my head. Okay, before I actually got married, I had these tall dreams of I was going to be this and all. This person also knew, right? But it got to a time that it became uncomfortable and it became threatening by those tall goals, right? So, and I realized that the more I stayed there, the more I will be grounded. Then I left. So I faced trauma of, okay, in fact, I wept. And now I tell people very well, if you see anybody who survived or is surviving an occurrence that is not so good, and that person is not mourning, you should be careful of that person because that person will never transit. A traditional woman is a woman who life must have dealt with in one way or the other. Then that woman mourned that state of loss. Then she transited from that state of loss to a better person. So at that stage, I mourned the years I wasted in court, but later I realized I didn't waste them. I actually learned. It was a learning field for me. So I mourned that time. I cried severally. It was all of that happened, and then after I had a mourn for a while. Then I transited. I left that space of mourning, and then I started finding and discovering myself.
Beautiful. Sister Betha, thank you for joining us. I can see you. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for joining us. So, one thing I want to point out is that women, if you're dating a man right now, you're in courtship, please pay attention to the way he talks to people, not to you, to the way he talks to people around him.
Yes.
Because when you get
we see these things, sister, when we see these things, we it's clear. Women, there's something about us. We make excuses for our men. We make excuses for them. We know that this thing is wrong, but there's a way we make us know it's not right. I remember one particular day. Let me share this with you. Trying to budget that you're saying. That particular day, we went visiting at my then mother-in-law's place, right? So, oh God, that day I noticed how this person spoke to his mom. Even me, I felt so. I was ashamed, for the woman that day. Then after that day, I told you, I don't like how you spoke to Mama that day. People were there, and then you just rubbished that like that. So like, no, that you use that word in Yoruba, king boron. There's a word Yoruba like they don't used to hear a word like. I said even king boron, you will not correct her like that out there. I didn't know that thing is actually a time bomb. I didn't know, and I didn't know even more than that. So, like you said, You watch how they talk to people, how they relate with people. That's the same way, and even worse that they would do to
Yeah. Because really, you can't thrive if you're in a marriage where you're being talked down, where you are being criticized. You can't thrive in it. You can't do anything with your life. Just imagine Sister Tolu saying that, she knew that she had aspiration, she had these big dreams, but she was married to a man that was always talking her down, and it got to a point that she had to pack all her certificates. The man had talked that down to the point that she was almost losing her mind. She had to pack all her certificates, what she has used all her life to study in school, to go and burn them, just because she had someone that was in close proximity with her, that was always talking down on her. And this also applies to the kinds of people that we surround ourselves with. If you're surrounding yourself with people that are talking you down, people that are always criticizing you, you cannot thrive in this kind of environment. When you see me screaming that keep your sanity, and keep negative, positive people around you, because I've had various experiences, and I was able to do a thorough study to understand that there is no human being that can thrive in an environment where they are being talked down. You need people that can lift you, people that can nurture you, people that can uplift your spirit, people who will criticize you constructively, not people that will be making you feel that you're the worst human being on this earth. So please audit your relationships, audit your environment, and keep the right people around you so that you can be able to thrive according to the span of how you should thrive. And I'm so grateful, Sister Tolu, that you decided to move out of such an entrapment. A lot of emotional abuse is even worse, because a lot of women are in mental homes today because they were married to men who continuously abused them emotionally until they lost their minds. So please, ladies, if you're watching this, pay attention. You might think that, it's going to treat me differently. It's a lie. It is the way it's treating those people that is going to end up treating you, because familiarity causes contempt. You're going to live with this man, you're going to be seeing him every day of your life. So the novelty would wear off, and you'll be exposed to all sorts of attacks. So make sure you're choosing someone that has humanity, that has empathy, that understands how to address and communicate with people. A man that will honor you. It's not only men that are supposed to be honored. You are supposed to be honored as a woman, because you are polished after the similitude of the palace. That is how Proverbs has described us. Polished after the similitude of the palace. So you are supposed to be honored and respected. Any man that doesn't respect you as a woman is not the kind of man that you should commit your future to. So thank you, Sister Tolu. Let's move to the next question, because I'm getting so passionate right now. So, question 6, right? Yeah. We have how many minutes more? Well, we'll see if we can cover it all. Do you consider yourself a transitional woman? I think you've answered that anyway. How do you deal with the storms of life? Do you have regrets after any storm, or about your life at the moment? Is there any regrets?
No. Like I said, sometimes I am always grateful that I passed that path, that I went through that route. If I had not passed through that route, maybe I wouldn't have discovered myself the way I did. So I had no regrets. To me, it's just a learning ground. And honestly, I will say this: if I had lost 100 things into that journey, I must say with every form of, in quotes, arrogance, that I've gained 1,000 things back. And that's the truth. If I lost 100 things in that thing, because of my determination, I try to audit, I try to analyze things that I must have lost. I make sure that I got them not in 10 folds, in 1,000 folds. And I do not have regrets. I'm even happy, because somehow I feel that thing spoiled me. I think that thing is like me telling myself this is a comeback, like for myself. So I went all out. I ensured that no one will see me and say, look at that, even after she left, what is she? What is she?
And they're
but
waiting.
Everyone is shocked that
they're waiting in corner to mock you and say, look
like, in the space of let me tell you one thing that happened just on Friday. And this thing really, really made me cry, but was cry of joy. I must tell you sincerely. Somebody called me. Then she was like, I know her very well. She is my, like all my in-law, kind of, but she is my sister's customer, like my sister's client. So when I was in that relationship, then my sister sent her to me to get something from me. Now, sometimes in January this year, my sister sent that same person to get something from me again. Now, I think that lady and my sister were now talking just recently. Then she now asked my sister that, how about your eldest sister, the one that I met that time? Right? My sister was not like, which elder sister? She was the same person I sent to you just weeks back. She was like, no, the one I met that time was your eldest, like your like, which that is my, she's my junior sister, and she's the same person I sent you to. Like, it's not possible. That same person, they are the same people. It's not possible. That one was very old, and this was a very young lady. That is a very young lady. It's the same person.
Oh my God.
But then she was passing through an experience that she was not happy with, and then she was like, "Hey, this same person." She felt and was like, you are really changing everything. The way you spoke, you sound so intelligent. Then you were not bright. You were just like, I was like, oh, really? Like, then the same thing is, even me, I know on myself, I looked at things that I lost and I look at things that I've recovered. I looked at everything. It was an awesome transition. And
hallelujah.
I'm so grateful. I have no single regret. No.
Hallelujah.
If I'm ungrateful, then I think God should be angry with me.
Thank you, Jesus. You know, I'm so happy at that thing that happened. When the person first saw you, she saw an old woman. Then when she saw you again, she saw a younger woman. She was like, she couldn't even reconcile both faces. So I want to address men. You know, I've been reading this a lot on the social media, and I've been hearing this. You men that when your wives leave you, they now glow better. They begin to shatter glass ceilings. They transform into amazing women. Are you not ashamed of yourself? How can God give you a gift of a woman that a gift, favor? The Bible says that he will find that a wife, find that a good thing, and obtain favor from the Lord. You have been given favor. Why can't you nurture this favor so that it will favor your lives? But what I see is when these women leave you, they now begin to glow. Their ages, they practically reduce. Their physical outlook practically does not even tally with their age anymore, because the beauty comes out. They improve in their career. They improve in their businesses. You know, I read a post somewhere this week, and the woman shared 4 pictures of herself before she got married, when she got married, when she was about to walk out of the marriage, and who she is now. My sister, the 2 pictures when she was in the marriage and about to walk out from the marriage, she looked like someone that was struck with a life-threatening disease. As in, it was as if her blood is being sucked. And somebody now told her that, somebody made a comment and said, my sister, when you were in this marriage, suck your blood, though. Wait the lady now responded like, he suck him. That was how she responded, he suck him. My sister, you needed to see the transformation. She became extremely beautiful when she walked out of that marriage. I know a jealous and envious man will say that, they want to be doing a shower, it's because they are prostituting. It's a lie. When a woman has peace in marriage, when she's happy, joyful, you are treating her well, she glows. But when that woman is shrinking and she becomes this bitter woman, and her face is tight, you know, she looks like this, like all this wicked. She's not happy in that marriage. You're not treating her well. It's a shame when women leave you, women that you're supposed to nurture, when they leave you, they now look better than how they used to be when they were with you. Please, men, you need to change. If you're a wicked man, you need to ask God to forgive you. If you've lost a treasure in a wife, go and pray to God to forgive you. And if it's possible, go and ask for forgiveness and treat that woman well. Treat that woman well. You have been given favor, and you should nurture that favor so that your life can be favored. Because I don't know how these men feel when you leave a woman and you see her thriving. How do they really feel? How do you feel when you see the woman thriving? And you know, it's funny. Please, our men really need to do better. Let me read comments. Emotional stress can even reflect in our physical looks. Exactly, Sister Jumoke. Emotional stress, it kills our beauty as women. When you are in turmoil, because As a married woman, you have a lot to deal with: children, family, marriage, relationships that you need to manage. So you need peace from that union. The man has to give you peace. You as the woman, you have to give your husband peace so that you can surmount all this extra stress that we need to deal with. But the moment you see a woman shrinking in marriage, she's not happy in that marriage. That's the truth. She's not happy. You know, when I read that post, I laughed. The woman said, the marriage sucked her more, as in the marriage sucked out her blood. And you know, oh God, I just want to thank God. I thank God for women with the courage to walk out of emotional abuse. It's a killer. Ma Shielu said that emotional abuse is a killer. Exactly.
It is.
I have a lot of women around me. Until they walked out of abusive marriages, that was when they began to thrive. That was when they began to, you know, look more beautiful. So what exactly is happening? What exactly is happening? Are these men wizards? Are our men sucking the blood of these women? What is happening? Please, so we need to shout and let the whole world hear.
Recently, somebody shared with me. She was like, okay, she knows that this marriage is draining her, and then she shared a picture before marriage, and then she shared a recent picture with me. I was like, no, this thing is not balanced at all. And sometimes some people, they actually get, you know, they hard weight even when they are experiencing abuse. Sometimes it's not like she must be thin and no, you will know that this is not right. You will know when it's not right. Now, she now told me that what she's planning to do is to relocate. But she will not, because they must not know, you know, they are, I'm sorry, they are emojis. It's pastor. It's very, very worse. She said that people must not know, they must not hear that happened in their marriage. So she has to fake relocation, that she wants to go and study abroad, so that she can at least do away but she knows in her mind that she's done, but she wants to make it look like she relocated. I'm like, it's another thing. So in our people will think she relocated, but she knows in her mind.
She knows what she's doing.
She's doing, but she wants to make it look like
she wants to leave that toxic environment. Just imagine. Okay, let me read. Rachel said that exactly, my women who are well nurtured and kept in marriage look radiantly beautiful and have a settled mind to find and work in purpose. Exactly, like Sister Tolu said, yes. You don't. It's not about the weight, but there's a glow. When a woman is happy in marriage, you are going to see the glow. If she's fat, she's adding weight. Yes, if she's adding weight, just look at her skin. You would know a woman, even if she's not someone that. There's this thing about the skin anyway. Even if you're using the most expensive skincare products, if you are not at peace, it would show.
It will show.
It would show.
It won't.
It would show. So that's it. So let's just go for a quick advert before we come back on the show.
Okay.
Welcome to the world of a new visual AI species. 360-degree object tracking holder, box, and take out the tracking holder. Unscrew the battery cover and insert 3 AA size alkaline dry batteries. Loosen the knob, release the phone holder, and rotate it to horizontal or vertical mode. Open the phone holder and slide the phone into the phone holder. 3 seconds. When red light flashing on, the tracking holder is ready. The object tracking holder can automatically recognize your face. Wherever you go, it will follow, allowing you to appear in the seat position every second. Yourself. Accompany your family. Embrace your beloved. Play with your pets and have fun with your children. Release your hands and love freely.
Welcome back on the show. My name is Oluwatosin Olajumoke Arodudu, and on the show with me today is Tolulope Ajayi, the clarity and the growth coach. The advert I just played now is a device that can help you to, take your selfies and record yourself on video without having to touch it. All you need to do is to just put your phone on the device and, put it on, and it rotates. There's a Bluetooth attached to the device, and it helps you to, just stand anywhere. You don't have to hang your hand and be, stressing yourself. Just put your phone there, set it on camera, and the device follows you around. So you can actually record your video with that device. So it's formerly 10,000 naira, but there's a promo going on now, and it's sold for 5,500 aside delivery fee. So if you want that device, just get in touch with me and I will connect you to the seller. So let me quickly read this comment. Ma Chinyelu said that insecurity makes a lot of men behave badly. When a woman is determined to rise, she's unstoppable. And some men can't stand it. It's really funny to me. When a man cannot stand, if she's bringing in the money, she's bringing in the bags, it's for the whole family. If there's anything she's doing, maybe she doesn't have time for the home and everything, you can sit her down and talk to her. You are a team. You don't have to start getting envious of your wife or start getting threatened. And I think as parents of today, if we have male children, we should raise them to have a healthy dose of self-esteem so that they don't get threatened in the future with the kind of woman that their wife is. A man with a healthy dose of self-esteem will not get threatened by the aspirations of his wife. All he's going to do is to support and to guide her, and just to support her and just be there for her. So Sister Betha said that a woman needs to be old to try. I tell people, take a walk if it's sucking you. Exactly. You need to be old to try. If you're not old and you're dealing with a lot of negativity, it would affect your productivity. And you can't do much with your life in such an environment. So let's go on. I pray we get done before. Okay, wait, I think there's another question. All right, question 7. At what point did you become a coach and a mentor? Can you tell us what you specialize in again for the sake of our viewers?
Okay, so like I said, I've always wanted to lecture, like to teach, and that was why I went for my MSc, because I had money. Okay, after MSc, I'll do my PhD and I can get a lecturing job. I've always wanted to teach, to impact. So when life dealt with me, and then I fell out of balance and I couldn't go that line the way I should again, there was a pause on my academic aspirations and all. So, and then I left again. So when I left and I began to find myself, began to seek development and all, when I had to an extent found myself, well, I began to train young people, especially singles, on the red flag that I saw that I neglected. I began to train them on things to do before marriage. And people that are actually in abusive marriages, I was actually helping them with resources on how to still maintain their sanity in that in such environment. So I was doing that, and I realized that people are actually getting results. People were transiting from a place of thank God, I almost made a mistake. I should have married that guy, even because of you that that thing. So I realized that people were actually having results and they were getting it. So I felt, okay, I could still do this more. So I was just training people just in my closet, and I was actually monitoring them closely to see that they actually have results. So when I did that over time, and I felt that, oh, it's good, and then I could actually do this by excellence and then do this properly, then I went for coaching programs so that I can actually know how to do it properly. And then I did that, and then after that I began to coach people again, mentor them. And one thing about me is results. I want to show that what I'm doing actually works. So after coaching you, I want to work with you closely to see that you are actually, you are better than you were before you met me. So when I did that over time, I saw that, okay, this is actually working and I'm good at it. I then launched into full coaching and mentoring. And then I've been doing it for over a year now, and it's been awesome. So what I do basically is to help you find your ideal self. I help you move from a place of confusion to absolute clarity, and then to help you get out of uncertainty, of doubt, and of fear, to holding yourself and then walking you through life the way you should. Because I always tell people, this life, you are here for an assignment and you must fulfill it. You could do that in someone else's assignment, but there's a how to do it. Many people are on other people's assignment, but they don't know how to do it profitably, even to them. So these are things I help women deal with.
Awesome. So can you give us 15 minutes more, sis? In the next 15 minutes we'll be done. Is that fine with you?
It's okay, no, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay. So I like what you said. You turned your pain into purpose. I love the fact that you now concentrated on single ladies to teach them on how to choose the right partner. Right, sis?
Yeah.
On how to choose the right partner.
That was what I started with.
That was what you started with. Okay.
Yes,
mentoring people to do the work before marriage. Like what Mark Shenwakin said here. She said, most of the work should be done before marriage. Exactly. So if you're a single lady and you're watching this, you need to be intentional when it comes to choosing, so that you don't get to deal with a whole lot of stress. And it's not everybody that is blessed to be able to find themselves after a bad marriage. I need to be sincere with you. A lot of women just, once they enter into a bad marriage and they are able to come out, they really, really cannot transition easily, because at that point
Find the
they have to
balance
raise,
again.
exactly, they have to raise children. They have to, I don't like this word also, but that is exactly, that is the state of their life at that particular time. They have to also, in order to take good care of those children. So such women oftentimes cannot even think about vision. All they are thinking about is survival. So it is not everyone that is blessed. Don't say that, because so woman was able to transition easily from a bad marriage and she was able to do well with her life, hey, I don't mind marrying the man and getting out of it. No, it is better for you to be intentional and choose, with your two eyes opened, so that you will know what you're getting into. So whatever, whatever turbulence or storm of life that comes to, into the marriage, let it be other factors, not behavioral issues that is plunging you into emotional abuse. And Sister Jumoke said it's because of selfishness. Some men can't see their wives as part of them. Their wife is their wife, and they are them, two separate people. And this is true. Their wife is their wife, and they are themselves, two separate people. They can't see that woman as being part of them. So whatever it is that she wants to do, they will just continue to attack her. You're over ambitious. You're not a wife material. A woman submits in marriage, submits her life, submits her blood, submits everything that she has, so that she can be, eulogized as a virtuous woman. That is not supposed to be so. I don't think God did not create marriage to be like that. And Sister Evelyn said that raise men with a healthy dose of self-esteem, very crucial. Exactly. If men are raised well from their home, you will not see a high-flying woman, your wife that is a high-flying woman, as a threat. It's a plus to you. It's a plus to you when that woman is carrying your name all over the world. You should sit down like a king and tell the world that that's my queen right there. That's my name right there. I think this is how it should be, not for you to go into an envious journey or looking for ways to sabotage your wife. So let's go to the next question so that we can quickly round up. Let me see, is it? Okay, well, we're almost done now. Just after this one question more. You own a foundation named Colorful Hope International. Can you tell our viewers the mission of this foundation? Says.
Okay, so Colorful Hope International is actually for women and girls, and is to empower them financially and empower them also with knowledge. I found out that one of the issues that causes marital problem is often sometimes finance. So, and then sometimes many women, they are not empowered, even when they realize that where they are is not where they should be, because they are largely dependent on that man. They don't have what it takes to live. So what we do at CHR is to empower women with knowledge, with resources, and then with trainings that would help them be financially empowered to weather any storm that comes their way. And we've been doing this over a year, and it's been great.
Oh, well, a very beautiful initiative. And have you encountered a situation whereby anyone accuses you that you are helping women leave their marriage?
Plenty. That's why many times when people come to me to seek counsel when it comes to marriage, I try as much as possible. The last thing I always tell them, the last thing that I will ever advise any woman to do is to leave. That's the last thing. That's the very last thing. I try to see how well they could handle it, because I don't always want that tag of she's helping women. No woman in her right senses would want to one day get married gloriously, then leave that marriage again. It's not right. Nobody wants that, but it happens. So I tell women, have you taught it thoroughly? Have you done everything that you're supposed to do? Are you patient enough? I just want to live wherever the person is living. No. So I make sure that women walk through every stage of analyzing, of trying that thing, and if it realize it's not working, then please, before it's too late, you can leave.
Awesome.
And sometimes I even preach separation. That you can separate first and see if this person will change. Do you think it will still work? Then you can, sometimes when you are in the fire, you cannot see how to get out. To get out first, so that you not get burnt. Then from afar, look at how you can actually quench that fire. Then if it's looking like you can quench, then you can then go back and look at how. But then first step out, then see what you can do. If it's not working, then it's the final bye-bye.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that. Patience is always profitable. Okay, beautiful. So let's go to question. I think this is the last question. So what's before we wrap up, what counsel do you have for women who are finding it hard to shift their goalposts from one point to another, considering the fact that a transitional woman is a woman who is not afraid to shift her goalposts from one end of the field to another? A lot of women are stuck.
Advice that I would give, I would give to them is that your best investment is yourself, and then you are first accountable to God and then to yourself. So you should not allow anything set a bound your edge. One, you should not allow anything get you grounded. You should not allow anything whatsoever steal your purpose, steal your assignment away from you. And when you are in a situation where it looks like it's not favorable for your vision or for your purpose, you have to do 5 things. First off is accept that I am in a mess. Let me use that word. Accept the fact that where you are, where I am, is not likely to help me. Then after you must have accepted, the next thing that you need to do is to now identify what are those things that I can do better. What are those things that I can change, or can I even change them, or I can't change them? Identify those things that's actually making you stay grounded, and then identify those things that can actually help you. The one must have done that, then you go ahead to take action. Take action by either seeking for help. Sometimes you need to seek for help. In my own case, I attempted many times, let's go for counseling. This is not working. But this person is not having it. Like, what are we going there? We can counsel ourselves. We can help ourselves. You can't help yourself, right? So if this person is not yielding, you can go on your own and seek counsel, seek help. Right, that's taking action. You don't just sit down there and start wallowing. This is not working. I'm not making it. No. Okay, you have accepted you're not making it. Why are you not making? That's identifying those causes. Then after you must have identified those causes, then you take action on what to do to make it. Then after you are taking action, the next thing for you to audit regularly. Am I growing? Is this where I was that I'm still okay? Looking at where I am and what I'm doing. Where will I be tomorrow, right? So you audit regularly, and the last thing that we do is to be positive. Be positive. Where and when you are not positive, where and when your self-esteem, your mindset it's tampered with, has been affected, you cannot move in such state. So be positive about life, take action, audit regularly, identify what is working and what is not working, and accept where and when you can't change it. And this way you will be moving. And awesome. Yes, lastly, let me state that you have your life to live. You have your life to live. If tomorrow something happens to you, nobody will come and say I caused this. Nobody. They will deny. They will say no. People will even tell you that even if they tie you, can't you cut yourself? Can't you let loose and leave? Nobody will accept any responsibility for any wrong that happened in your life. Nobody. So you have your life. Think about it thoroughly. Am I where I'm supposed to be? Am I fulfilling purpose? What can I do better? And it's not to say if you're in a marriage that is not looking like it will work, that doesn't mean you should run out. Seek help first. Try to seek help. Then if it's not now working, right, then you can start thinking of, okay, maybe we should separate a while or do this and that. And if you are single, you are the most luckiest person on earth. This is the time for you to get it right. Those red flags will never get green. You better walk away now when you can still work away, right? And if you're trying to make a decision as a concerned career, many people are actually in that space where they are considering, okay, should I leave this job? Should I be an entrepreneur? Should I, they have this should I, plenty should I, right? It's time for you to seek clarity. Clarity in relationship, clarity in career, clarity in your spirituality as well, clarity in every areas of your life. Like I said earlier, you cannot set goal where you are not clear. You can't set goal in a place of confusion. Whatever goal that you set that at that time will be a confused goal, and you not even know if and when you are achieving those goals. So clarity is very, very essential in everything you are doing, because it shortens your journey. We're supposed to take a long route. Clarity will help you shorten that journey, and kind of help you get to where you are going in good time.
Amazing. Let me put this comment. Mama Shankilaton said that we all need to be patient with our spouses. Don't rush to throw your gold away. Of course, like Sister Shin said, that when you're in a Sister Tolu, like what she said, that when you're in a relationship, don't first say that, oh, I want to leave. You must, you have to be calm, be patient, seek help with your partner. And I pray that you have a partner that is receptive to seek help with you. Because, sometimes women want to seek help, the men are not cooperating. I pray that you have a husband that will cooperate with you, that you can seek help together so that you can make your marriage work. Because really, we all want successful marriages. Women want a good marriage. There's nobody that, I know that some women throw their marriages away without, maybe they're the ones at fault. But I know that many women who get to have broken marriages, it wasn't what they wanted. It wasn't what they wanted. They wanted that marriage to thrive. But because they are married to men that are not patient with them, they get to mess things up. So what we are saying is that if you are in a bad marriage that is creating emotional abuse for you or physical abuse, seek help first. The first decision to make is not just, oh, I'm going. You understand? You need to seek help first. If it's
do you know where you're going? Do you know where?
Do you know where you're going? So the people that will tell you leave. You will call them after they've left. They will shut their phone down on you. So you need to sit down. Like she's saying, clarity is key. Sit down, audit your life, plan for yourself, strategize. Talk to the man. Let's see if you can make things work. Just communication. Then from there you begin to move from one step to another. And I pray that anyone that is in a turbulent marriage now, watching this or that will get to watch this, I pray that there is peace in that home in the mighty name of Jesus. We all want successful marriages, but at the point that it becomes a threat to life and a threat to, becoming the best version of yourself, then, you have to seek help or exit such a union. Because your life is more important, and your safety, your sanity is more important than bearing the tag misses. May we all live a happy and a peaceful life in Jesus' name. Before I let you go, sis, I want you to talk about your book, Clarity, that you just launched. Okay. But before then, please hold on. Let me play this short. Okay, welcome back. So, sis, can you tell us something short about clarity and how we can get it and how much is it? And, just give us a brief. Yeah.
Clarity is that book that helps you in taking decisive, accurate, and precise decisions. It helps you to clear up doubts and uncertainty, and helps you to face your fear headlong and make correct decisions in career, in relationship, in your finances, and your spirituality. So you can get clarity directly through me, or you can reach Mama Arodudu to get clarity. Just 4,000 naira at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. Is it in print, right? Hardcover, right?
Yes.
Hard copy.
And then it's free delivery anywhere in Nigeria.
Free delivery. So 4,000 naira free delivery. It's an amazing book, and you need to get a copy in order to set clarity for your life, because we need clarity in everything that we're doing. Then I won't just be making mistakes upon mistakes. You need to be clear. Yes. Audit your life and be clear about your journey. It's been an amazing time with you on the Today's Woman's Discovery Talk Show, episode 5 of Transitional Woman. I'm so happy at what you've shared with us so far. I've gotten a lot of knowledge and wisdom from the answers you've given to these questions. And like I said, I'm going to cut out that particular part that struck a nerve, and just share so that single ladies can get to see, you know, in order to be intentional about the kind of man that they are going to commit their lives to. And perhaps you're a woman in a union that, you know, it's not allowing you to fulfill your vision. I pray that the Lord touches the heart of your spouse, and I pray that, you know, he begins to see you as part of himself, so that you can also thrive and you can be, you know, you can be happier at the end of the day, so that you can be a woman who has come onto this earth to fulfill her purpose and to make impact. Because at the end of the day, that's the hallmark of living, to live an impactful life. It gives us this joy and this, you know, there's this peace you have when you live an impactful life. So thank you so much, Sister Tolu. I'm so honored that you came on the talk show today, and I hope to have you in the nearest future by the grace of God. So have a lovely Sunday. God bless you. And like I said, for coming on the talk show, Other Creations is going to send you a t-shirt in order to appreciate you. Other Creations are sponsor, so we're going to send you a t-shirt with an inscription, and we look forward to you rocking it and mentioning us on the social media. All right. Until then, take care and bye for now.
Bye.
God bless you. Bye. So thank you everyone for joining me on the talk show today. Thank you, Mama Shion Akiloto. I'm so glad to see you. Is it not church time, Mama? Or okay, the time changed, but I think usually as in the time clashes with your church program in the US. So all the same, thank you. I'm so glad to see you. Sister Jumoke, thank you. Sister Evelyn, Sister Chinyelu, all the people. Sister Ma Rachel, thank you for coming on. Let me scroll down and thank everyone. Sister Betha, Ma Chinyelu, Sister Charity, Sister Jumoke, and everyone that is watching that didn't drop a comment. Thank you for joining me on the talk show today. Same time next week. Okay, Evelyn said, thank you, Sister Lu, for dishing us. Exactly. She gave us so much value, and I've been extremely blessed. What an impactful woman. Please get her book in order to know more about her. Clarity. And I can tell you that the testimonies and the reviews I've gotten about that book is a book that you need to read in order to be a better version of yourself. Because as it is, as women, we keep evolving every day. We keep transitioning into a better version of ourselves. So why don't we just, you know, get the right resources that can help us to live this life to the, you know, to the maximum level, to live an impactful and an extremely beautiful life. May the Lord order our footsteps, and I pray that you have a lovely week. God bless you. Oh, Manisha is looking so beautiful. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you for joining me. All right, I'm going to let you go now. Bye, everyone. God bless you. Till next week when I come on the talk show again.